Namaste. Hello and welcome to yoga number 65. As ever, we'll start with the opening quote or statement. It's recommended that you practice the same posture for 30 consecutive days. Then you'll truly know the posture in every facet of who and what you are. It's recommended that you practice the same posture for 30 consecutive days. Then you'll truly know the posture in every facet of who and what you are. So shall we start? We're going to lie down in Shavasana, which is just on our back. I'm going to do figure of 8 with the arms and legs. Very simple, but a decent stretch whilst building up prana within the body. So you get comfortable. Floppy feet. Palms facing upwards. Check that your chin is not painting the ceiling. Take your lower back and gently compress it onto the ground and release. Let it spring back naturally. And smile. Free serotonin, a happy hormone. And just allow the body to breathe naturally for a few breaths. Don't try and control it in any way. And we're going to gently raise the right arm and start to draw a figure of 8, as small as you can. Inhale on the upward movement. Exhale on the downward movement. And then you're going to gradually increase the size of your figure of 8. Trying to synchronize the breath. As you sweep up with your 8, you're inhaling. As you come along and then down, you're exhaling. Gradually increasing the size of the 8. You can be artistic as you wish with this. So it doesn't have to be an exact 8. You can sweep wide. Point all the way down. Sweep across. And point all the way up. Gradually increasing the size of your 8. And you're getting a decent stretch as you come up, along and across. Inhaling on the upward movement. Exhaling on the downward. And you're not being passive. You're still getting a very decent stretch. And you might hear a bit of snap, crackle, and pop. That's okay too, because we're doing it gently with awareness, with the breath. As you ease the structures into a position that perhaps you haven't been in for some time. This is why you get the snap, crackle, and pop. It's tendons and ligaments clicking into a different position. And sometimes it's air bubbles in the synovial fluid popping. But if you take your time and with awareness, then it's unlikely you'll cause any harm. And then slowly begin to reduce the size of your 8. Inhaling as you sweep up, waiting for your natural pause as you come across, and then exhaling as you come down. And slowly reduce the size of the 8. And perhaps now you feel a little bit of tingling, a little bit of warmth, a little bit of energy surrounding the limb. And slowly lower it down and repeat the same with the left arm. So you know the procedure now. You start with the smallest 8 possible. You can give the 8 any colour you wish. You can have the top half a different shape from the bottom, a different size. Play about with it. If you want to totally immerse yourself in this posture, you can pause the machine and do this for 15 minutes and see what happens to your breathing, see what happens to your energy, and more importantly, see what happens to your mind. Remember I said last week, concentration leads to tranquility, which then may lead to insight. Sweeping up in the inhalation, exhaling in the down. And then slowly reduce the size of the 8. And lower down. And in your own time, we're going to repeat with the right leg and the left leg. If you wish, you can place your hands behind your head, and then you're trying to get your elbows as flat as you can to the ground. And this is quite strong in the abdominal muscles and the thigh muscles. But we're just going to repeat the process. Inhale as you gently come up. Exhale as you lower and sweep around with an 8. It doesn't matter the size of 8 that you get, but try to keep the legs straight and don't overdo it, because this one can be strong on the abdominals, the groin muscles and the thigh muscles. Try to get as much of a lateral movement as you can as you sweep across. Get the full range of the hip. As I say, don't overdo this one. Once you start to feel the heaviness or an ache, then this is when you stop. Reduce the size of the 8. And slowly lower down. And as always, if you want to do it for longer, then you listen to the instructions, pause the video and continue for your own duration. Nice and easy, nice and slow, nice and smooth, almost effortless. And try and be as artistic as you can with your 8. And reduce the size. And lower down. Take a few comfort breaths, release your arms, floppy feet. Take the breath into your solar plexus. Imagine the breath coming directly into this where your belly button is. As you inhale, fill up that area, and as you exhale, take that energy and blast it down to your toes, blast it down to your fingertips, blast it up to your scalp. Inhale, saturate with prana, and take that energy and direct it to the toes, to the fingertips, up to the scalp. As you totally rest and release your body weight onto the ground. So now roll on to any preferred side. I'm going to roll onto the right. Get your elbow directly under your shoulder. Toes pointing forward, which helps with the balance. If you wish, you can rest your left hand on the ground to keep your balance, or you can rest it on the side of your body, whatever you prefer. And we're just going to do simple as we inhale, and then exhale and take the top leg forward, the left leg forward. So you can come forward and back with each breath, but you can hold in this position for as many breaths as you're comfortable with. Inhale when you're ready to come back, and then exhale back. But be careful when you're exhaling back, you don't lean forward. It's rather pointless if you do that. So you're trying to keep your base position. Inhale to neutral. Exhale forward. As I say, you can stay in this position and take a few breaths if you find it comfortable. Remember, it takes 6 seconds for muscles, tendons, ligaments to start to release. So you don't force it. You let the breath do the work. Doesn't matter how far you get, as long as you try and keep the legs straight. I don't get so much going back. Tight hips with cycling. But be careful you don't lean forward. Keep your clasp, keep your base position. And you can keep it back and take a few breaths. Again, you can stay in these positions for a considerable period of time, breathing slowly and deeply. You're calming the nervous system, oxygenating the blood, and cleansing the lungs. You don't have to be thrashing about all the time. A couple more in your own time. And you'll feel you can get further and further, having just allowed the breath to do its work on the muscles. And then we do the lift. Again, I don't get so far on this one. It doesn't matter how far you get. Again, you can come up and down with each breath, or you can raise up on an inhalation and hold for a few breaths. Remember, only you know what your body has been through, your injuries, your challenges, your emotional challenges, and every emotional challenge leaves a deposit in the body. So only you know what you've gone through. So don't be hard on yourself if you've got limited movement in certain positions. Once more with the raise. Remember, you have to decide the difference between healthy pain and unhealthy pain. I'm getting slight discomfort with this, I know because of previous injuries. So I know I can do this and it doesn't do any damage afterwards. So you have to decide that thin line, is it healthy pain or unhealthy pain? Healthy pain is just when you're asking a muscle to do something it hasn't done for a while. Unhealthy pain is when the muscle doesn't want to do it and you try to force it. A quick athletic flick, and we'll change sides. So again, get comfortable. Elbow under the shoulder. Not leaning forward, not leaning back. Toes pointing forward, which helps with the balance. The left hand pointing forward. And the right hand can rest on the ground or rest on the side, whichever you prefer. And we just repeat the process. Inhale, exhale as we come forward. Of course, one side is always different than the other. This is my tight side, so I can't get as far, which is okay. And then you just start to breathe slowly and deeply and let the breath do the work. And smile. Free serotonin. There's no need for the face to be screwed up. There's no need for tension in the forehead. There's no need for tightness in any other part of the body. And once you start to get a slight shake, and that means the primary muscles are tired and the secondary muscles are trying to do the job. So you come back, have a comfort breath. And then the opposite side. As I say, my movement on this side is severely limited. This is the leg I lift over a bike. So after around 100,000 kilometers on a bike, it's a bit worn out, I think. Find a way that works for you, with awareness, with the breath. With a bit of love and care. Doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. If you work in the class environment, they might be killing themselves. But you get the idea. So already this side is super aching for me. So that's enough for today. And I'm just going to raise it up at the side. And again, you don't want to turn and point the foot upwards. If you do that, of course, you can go higher, but it's a different movement. Keep the feet parallel. And then roll onto your front. I'm going to turn around on this side. We're going to do the Sphinx. So we're on our stomach. We're putting our fingers in line with our forehead. I have to watch I don't muffle the speaker. So we're going to go flat down, forehead on the ground, fingers in line with the forehead. And then we're just going to raise ourselves up with our back and abdominal muscles from the ground. You're not pushing down with the hands. It's best if I show you. We raise up the head. We're contracting the back and abdominals. And we come up into this comfortable position, Sphinx. Again, you can come up and down with this. You can come up with the inhalation, exhale down. I prefer to stay up. And you're getting a lovely contraction in the lower back. If there's too much of an ache, then this one possibly isn't for you. You can try separating your feet a little. And we stay in this position and just work on the breath. So we inhale, we lift up through the chin, lengthen the throat, ease through the upper chest, and that causes a compression in the lower back. Lifting up through the throat, open the chest, and you can feel perhaps a little bit of tightness in the lower back. This is in preparation for the Cobra, which is a much stronger movement, but we'll do the easy Cobra as well. But you can feel you strengthen your arms, stretching the abdominals, and squeezing those lower back muscles. As you exhale, you're softening through the spine. Again, your forehead is relaxed. Any muscles that are not part of the movement should not be tense. You often see people straining for the better posture, and the muscles they're using have nothing to do with the position they're trying to get into. It is wasting energy. Again, if you prefer, as you exhale, you can come right down. Take a few comfort breaths and come back up. Find a style that works for you. You can Google this posture and you'll get 50 different interpretations of it. So now if your lower back is still fine, you can take your arms wider. The Cobra suggests you take your hands under your shoulders and you push up aggressively. I don't want you to do this. This is what they suggest, which I think is very strong. So an intermediary one is keep the hands wide, keep them forward of the shoulders, and as you come up, then for me, there's no discomfort in my lower back. So you find the position that works for you. You can look, if this is giving you a bit of discomfort, you come back down, put the hands slightly further forward, a little bit wider, and you come up, and it's not so severe. So you can gently work through these stages until you feel comfortable enough to do the hands directly under the shoulders. So I will go down, move my hands back a little bit, and up again. That's not too bad. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Shouldn't be up around your ears. Keep smiling. And again, you lift up, look up, stretch through the chin, the throat, and you get a lovely pull through the abdominals. And again, that lower back is getting compressed. Again, you can come up and down, or you can stay up. I always prefer to come up into position and breathe from a stationary position. As I say, keep these shoulders relaxed. Don't sink the ears into the shoulders or the shoulders up to the ears. Nice and loose. Because now we're going to do a twist if you want. You inhale, lift up, stay long, and then turn your chin to the right. Inhale, lift up, and then soften the neck muscles. You're getting a lovely pull in the trapezius muscles that are pulling on the occiput. You can feel it. You don't need all the terms. And back to neutral. Inhale, stretch out again. You can adjust your hands. You can go down and make them wider, narrower, forward, back. And then we'll go to the left. Always keeping in mind the distinction between healthy pain and unhealthy pain. If you have lower back issues, you have to be very careful with this one and find a position that works for you. and then lower down. We're going to do the snake. So we take our hands, obviously I'm not putting my head fully down because of my microphone. We're going to clasp behind our back. And all we're going to do is, your forehead is on the ground, you inhale and you stretch the arms along the buttocks, which opens up the shoulders, and you lift up a little. Something like this. So again, it's a reasonably powerful one. Look forward. Again, you can come up and down, or you can come up and hold for a few breaths. Inhale, stretch away with his arms, opens his shoulders, squeezes his shoulder blades, looking forward, and then relax. You can go fully back down or stay up, depending on where you are with your strength in your muscles. I'm not lifting the hands off the buttocks. I'm trying to push them down and stretch. And if you're getting on fine with these, you can have a few comfort breaths, and then you can lift the arms if you wish. So something like this. Again, you don't have to get very far. Inhale as we lift up, look through the chin, come up with the stomach muscles, contract the back, and at the last moment, lift up the arms. Then down. We'll do one more if you wish. Inhale. Stretch away with the arms, stretch, stretch, stretch. And at the last moment, up you come. Very strong. And lower down. Slip your hands under your shoulders, push up. Stretch forward with the fingers. So you're just going to walk away with the fingers, stretch on the arms, elongating the body as you sit back on the heels. If you want a different stretch, you can place the palms of the hands together. This gives a different stretch on the shoulders. Inhale as you stretch through the fingers, elongate the back. As you exhale, try to sit on your heels. Again, you can stay in this position for as long as you wish, but when you've had enough, you come up into a simple cat. So the hands are directly under the shoulders. The knees are directly under the hips. I say these simple instructions because if you then want to do like a balancing cat, then you need these limbs to be in the correct position. If this is too much for your wrists, you can move the fingers slightly further forward, which eases the angle on your wrists. But don't be too narrow with the knees. This is what most people do. They think their hips are smaller than what they are. We can do a simple cat. So we inhale as we raise the chin. Start to concave the back. And then raise the seat. You can take a few comfort breaths, and then when you're ready to change the movement, always start with the chin. Everything else stays in the same position. Tuck the chin in. Arch the back. You're exhaling, and you're pulling the stomach back towards the spine and contracting the buttocks. To come out, you always lift up through the chin first. You keep the arch in the back. You keep the stomach pulled back. You keep the contraction of the buttocks. And then you release. It's vertebra by vertebra. You move down the spine to the opposite position. You can take as many breaths as you wish doing this. You can exhale as you pull the stomach back towards the spine, which gives more flexibility, or you can inhale as you pull the stomach back towards the spine, which gives a stronger massage for the internal organs. So don't get too concerned if you forget which is which. Try to feel it. Try to instead of overthink it, try to feel what you should be doing. But you get the idea. Very soothing movement. And of course, you're filling the body with prana, with energy. Filling the blood up with oxygen, cleansing the lungs, and calming the nervous system. Now we will do thread in the needle, an old favorite. So again, make sure you're comfortable, make sure that your limbs are in a position where they're going to support you when you lift your right arm. And we just inhale as we'll raise the right arm to the first point of resistance. And we wait, just take a few breaths. And allow the body to relax and release. Doesn't matter how far you get, I keep saying the same things. First point of resistance, and then let the breath do the work. When you feel you've had enough, sweep down with the right arm, tuck it underneath, thread the needle. You can stop on the elbow, you can stop here and then raise the left arm, or you can continue right down onto the shoulder. And up we come. Again, this is pulling on the damaged side of my back, so I'm very careful at this side. But you just breathe into it. And you feel you've had enough. Down with the left arm. And we'll repeat with raising the left arm. Inhale as we raise the left arm, first point of resistance, which will be different every day. Slow, smooth, deep breaths. So this arm is obviously tired for whatever reason, because it's shaking a little today. So come out, down, thread the needle, left arm through to the elbow or the shoulder, and then up with the right. And then you come out at your own time. Back into the cat. We'll do crescent moon, so we come forward with the right foot. Nice and wide, so you have your balance. You take your left foot across if you need extra balance. And we're just going to do a simple lunge. As we inhale, as we raise the arms, and forward into a lunge. If you need more padding under your knee, you can roll up the edge of the mat and use that as support. So again, inhale as we lift up. Look up, lift up, exhale as we soften through. And if you wish, you can turn to the right, turn to the left, sorry. And you have a stretch, lateral stretch. None of this is rocket science. But this is why you need the proper width for the legs, so you're not shaking and wobbling. Come out, become, lift back up, and lower down. Again, you can stay in these for as long as you wish. I'm just giving you little examples of each posture, and you can change and mix and match and create your own sequence. So forward with the left foot. Make sure you've got the width. Check as you come forward that you're not going to wobble and shake and tilt over. And also check that you've got your foot far enough forward. You don't want it tucked way under so the knees going way beyond the toes. Raise the arms. Forward into your gentle lunge. You can lean back if you wish. Stretch up and soften forward. 2, 3, 4, 5 lifts, whatever suits you. And then when you're ready, turn round to the right. Doesn't matter if you get it right with your twist. Come out, you turn around, raise the arms up, look up, and soften down. And then from this position, we can stand up. Okay. What have I got? Swing, palm tree, namaste, twist, sliding, Gari Chakrasana. Okay, so we stand tall. Get your heels at the edge of your mat. Remember, standing tall as if someone has a thread attached to the center of your head and they're gently giving us a suggestive pull. If you remember, if you like the rag doll, and you start to unfurl, and it has the effect of a slight contraction in the gluteals, a slight contraction in the abdominals, and the shoulders open. But if you were to do these three things independently, if you contract the gluteals now, pull in the abdominals, open the shoulders, you're rigid. But if you just gently come up, everything happens naturally and you feel wonderful. So we'll take the left hand and place it just on top of the right. We're just going to do a gentle lift. So we inhale as we come up. I'll go back a bit so you can see that properly. Inhale and stretch up, stretch up. Exhale and relax and just ease the arms beyond the ears if you can. Not by taking the chin forward. So we're inhaling, lifting up. And as we exhale, we're just easing the arms back beyond the ears. And then on the fourth breath, you inhale, lift up. Push from the shoulders to the elbows. Elbows to the wrists. Wrists to the fingers. Adjust any clothing. And we started that last time with the left hand on top of the right. We'll put the right hand on top of the left. And we'll just repeat it. Inhale. Stretch up, stretch up, stretch up, and relax, exhale. Inhale, lift up, and you're really elongating the body. And as you exhale, you're just edging the hands back to the back of your ears. You can feel what happens in the upper arms and shoulders. 2 more breaths. These are very subtle movements, but very effective, or I think they are. You don't have to be thrashing about all over the place. If that's your style, by all means, go for it. It's not mine. And after 3 or 4 stretches, you inhale, lift up, and that's a stretch you take out. Because your arms and your shoulders, your intercostals, the muscles between your ribs are all still working. You're really pushing out. And again, you repeat the process, this time left hand back on top of right. We'll move on to something different. So we'll go Namaste twist. No, we won't. We'll go swaying palm tree. My apologies. So clasp. Inhale, raise up. Lift up. And relax. Inhale, lift up. And relax. Inhale, lift up. And then an exhalation, just to the right. The first point of resistance, you'll feel it through the arms and the shoulders. And then if you wish, you can inhale, stretch up. And then you soften a bit further, if you wish. If you think with thread and the needle, we've stretched all this area. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale down. So you can do as many of these as you wish. And then inhale back up. Re-engage your lift. Exhale down to the other side. You don't have to, you can just go to either side, inhale and exhale, and you don't have to stop and have a few breaths. If you feel comfortable enough, inhale, stretch through. Exhale, so. You get the idea. Inhale as we come up. Stretch up, and again. Stretching from the shoulders to the elbows. Elbows to the wrists, wrists to the fingers. As opposed to just dropping the arms. Stand tall without looking down. Sense that your feet are parallel. Imagine someone has a thread at the center of your head, gently pulling you upwards. And smile. Why not? Free serotonin. And who doesn't like to smile or receive a smile? The shortest distance between two people. A smile. It's so important. I think the face has 43 muscles. So by smiling, you're giving them all a chance to have a workout. Okay, a Namaste twist. So we keep the Namaste, center of our chest. I'm going to inhale. Normally I would have my Namaste higher, but my microphone is there. We're going to inhale, and on an exhale, you turn to the right. You're keeping the chin in line with your Namaste. And you can feel what's happening with the ankles, the knees, the hips. They're all getting a little bit of compression. Take a few breaths. Remember, the body will start to turn of its own accord as you exhale and allow. Keeping the chin parallel to the ground. And when you feel ready, you can keep in the Namaste where it is, but you can turn the chin to the right, keeping your neck long. Stand tall, smile and breathe. You get a lovely pull in the neck muscles, the ones that are attached to the base of your skull, where most of the tension collects. When you're ready to come out, take your chin back to your namaste. And slowly return to forward facing. You can release the hands, and you'll feel the blood and lymph rush back into the areas. Stand tall and smile. Focusing on the body breathing naturally and trying to become aware of that pause, that natural pause after the exhalation, after the inhalation. Said to be the seed of meditation. Remember, meditation is just continued concentration. So you can be meditating, doing anything, whether it's a garden, repairing the car, housework, cooking, walking, riding your bike. You don't need any fancy gadgets, fancy clothes. So back up to the namaste. Inhale, and on an exhale, you turn to the left. First point of resistance. And you'll notice that the body will continue to turn to the left as you exhale and relax. But when you find that there's absolutely no more movement to the left, then you can turn the chin to the left. Start to get a pull on your trapezius muscles. Wonderfully relaxing. Standing tall, breathing slowly and deeply, and you're smiling. Twisting any anxiety, any stress, any negativity, squeezing it out of your body with a smile on your face. When you're ready to come out, you take your chin back to the namaste, and then slowly come round to the front. You don't have to make that sound, that's optional. And release. Stretch out the arms. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're turning to the right. You're keeping your left elbow up, and you're following your thumb around with your eyes. And you'll see how far you can go. This is loosen your body up completely. We inhale back to neutral as we let the hand slide along, the thumbs pass each other. Keep the right elbow up. And this is almost effortless. Don't drop the elbow. Keep the elbow up. Your shoulder's getting a workout as well. Your neck's getting a twist. Inhale. And again, you can do as many of these as you wish. We'll do once more to either side. Exhale. No, that was my ankle going click. But it's less likely you're going to damage your body in any way with breath, with awareness, and with love for yourself. But there's little point doing these movements if you're still getting annoyed about an interaction you had 3 days ago. Inhale, stretch up. Stretch up, stretch up, stretch up. And exhale down. Kadi Chakrasana. So I'm not quite sure how this is going to work with the microphone, but you take your left hand over your shoulder. And nothing much is happening there. So you take your right hand and push it over so you're getting a lovely stretch. Right hand goes around your back, it peeps out around here. Feel that your feet are parallel. Inhale, exhale to the right. Slowly and deeply, and smile. Again, you can stay in this position for as long as you wish. To come out, you exhale around. And you release the left arm and the right arm. And you can feel the blood and lymph and energy rushing into that part of the body because you've created spaces. You've got rid of the stress, the tension, which invariably comes from the mind. And we do the other side. So we take the right hand. Again, if you place it on the shoulder, that's rubbish. There's not much happening there. But if you take it and push the elbow back, and then you feel a stretch right away. Stand tall, smile. As you turn around to the left. Breathe in slowly and deeply. To come out, forward facing. Release the right. Release the left. I'm just checking what else I've got down here. I tried to mix the routines, so knee exercises, bow and arrow. Okay. So we'll probably miss out the bow and arrow, but we'll do the knee exercises. So the feet are together. So we've squeezed and compressed and released and stretched. So now it should be no problem for us to do this with the knees. We're going to exhale as we go forward, clockwise direction. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Nice and easy. Nice and slow. And again, I've got snap, crackle, and pop, but it's okay. So again, depending where you're at, you decide how many are healthy for you. When you've had enough, then you change direction. Exhale forward. Inhale up. So you get the idea with these. Very beneficial, very good before skiing. Then we want to change it a little. So we step out, we create just enough space. So when you turn the knees in, they touch and create a lock. So you don't want so wide that when you turn the knees in, there's a gap. You want a safety lock. So if I put up these shorts so you can see, just wide enough so when I turn the knees in and touch, that creates a lock. So we come in, down, around, and up. And you'll certainly feel what's happening with this one. Exhale as you go forward, down, around, and up. Exhale forward, down, around, and up. And I'm not going to, I mean, you can feel the hips, the knees, the ankles. And as you come up, you're pushing through the arms. It's a very good exercise with the breath, with awareness, and with a smile. And you know what's coming now? Reverse direction. Out, around, and up. Which is slightly more challenging, or I find it slightly more challenging. That's why I do the in first. Sitting down, around, pushing up. You get the idea? And to finish with, after this one, it's Shavasana. So you can give this one your bestest. You find a wall, or you find a post, or you find somewhere to lean against, and we do a chair. And the only thing you're looking for here is you're trying ultimately to get your thighs parallel to the ground, but you don't want your knees away beyond your toes. It's too much pressure on the knees. So you can be in this position. You can be as high as this, but as you go down, as you get more comfortable and your legs gaining strength, you have to keep your knees directly above your ankles. If you have the ankles too close to the wall and you come down like this, it's crazy pressure for your knees. So whatever position you're at, find a comfortable position, relax the whole body, and you're sitting in an imaginary chair. You can have your hands resting on your thighs, or you can fold your arms and keep the shoulders completely relaxed. You can compress your lower back against the wall or the post, wherever you are, and you breathe slowly and deeply. You can feel what's happening. And if you want to bring attention and awareness to the legs and reduce the buildup of lactic acid, you can, the Bija mantra, you breathe into the base of the spine, lung energy into the legs, lung namaha. But remember to keep enough energy to come out of it. So you breathe slowly and deeply. Forget about the nose, take a breath right into the base of the spine, right into your legs. Inhale, lung, and then namaha and super energy down there. You can totally relax. Face isn't still, shoulders, everything's relaxed. You can place your hands here, but the tendency is to lean on them, lean on the legs. And when you've had enough, you come out. But remember to keep enough energy to get out. Shavasana. So relax. Palms upwards, just slightly away from the body. Floppy feet, slightly more than hip width apart. Check that your chin is not painting the ceiling. So get a comfortable position for the back of your head. And take your natural curve in your lower back and just gently flatten it down onto the ground and let it spring back. A couple more times. Just compress that natural lordosis you've got in the lower back and release. Relax the face. Soften your forehead. Soften your cheekbones, release your jaw. Soften your eyes. And what I want you to do is, we did this earlier on, I want you to take the breath directly into your solar plexus, just the area beside your belly button. I want you to inhale and saturate that area with energy. And as you exhale, Blast that energy to all the corners of your body. So down to the toes, down to the fingers, up to the scalp. Inhale, suck that lovely prana right into the abdomen, solar plexus, and then use that to blast it in all directions as you soften and surrender your body weight onto the ground. So inhale, wait for your natural pause, fill up your solar plexus with energy. As you exhale, blast it down to the toes, blast it down to the fingers, blast it up to the scalp. Soften, surrender, and smile. So as you continue doing that, we started with, it's recommended that you practice the same posture for 30 consecutive days. Then you'll truly know the posture in every facet of who and what you are. But remember, it's not with routine, it's with complete, renewed awareness with each posture. So the finishing quote today is, routine is the enemy of time. You must create new neural pathways to feel alive and awake every day. So by all means, practice the same posture for 30 days, but each day approach it with greater awareness, with a deeper awareness of what you're choosing to put your body and mind through. Routine is the enemy of time. You must create new neural pathways to feel alive and awake every day. So I hope you enjoyed that. As always, namaste. With much love. Thank you very much. And